All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Week 7 NFL Picks. We're back here with Gage, Preston, and now Kate is finally joining us after 6 long weeks.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Preston, you got anything to say? I know there's some things on your mind being in last place, but
I'm coming.
You're coming, man. Hey, so it was a bad week for me. I went 6-8, but everyone 2 weeks in a row now is within 5 games of each other, which is kind of crazy to believe. So we got Cade, who's now in first place, had a 9-5 week, tied for the best week with Kyle. Kyle's on the come up too. Don't forget about Kyle. He was here week one, and we haven't seen him since week 1, but he's still been doing the picks. So we got him and Cade tied. We got Taylor in third. Kyle, Gage, Eric, Harrison are all tied for 4th. I'm right there in 5th, or aka 7th. Joel's in 8th. Preston's 1 game behind him in 9th. So we're all there within 5 games. I mean, all these games are crucial at this point. You know, someone can take the lead within a few game stretch. So there's really no clear number 1 guy right now, because before you know it, you could be back in last. I mean, last week I was in freaking 3rd, and now I'm in 7th. So that just tells you how packed it is. So, it's trade deadline. It's trade deadline season. I think next week is the trade deadline. We'll talk about more of the trades when we get to some of the games, because obviously we got to mention some of them, like, especially the big one. But I mean, just off the top of my head, what I can think of, some of the big key guys that could possibly be traded. I was just thinking, like, O.J. Howard from the Buccaneers could possibly be traded. Patrick Peterson for the Arizona Cardinals. I've heard Kenyon Drake for the Dolphins. Who else? Drake? I've heard who else has been on the hot seat? Xavier Rhodes from the Vikings. That's a big one too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot. Mohamed Sanu from the Falcons. I mean, there's a lot of people. I could go on and on about people that could possibly be traded. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm excited. The trade deadline's always super cool to talk about. But yeah, man. So I guess let's just go ahead and get on into these games. So starting with the first game we have tomorrow night, we have the Kansas City Chiefs going on the road at Mile High to play the Denver Broncos. The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites. Kind of surprising, but at the same time, I get it. I mean, they're playing in Denver. It's a hard place to win in Mile High. And the Chiefs have not looked – I mean, they've looked good, but they've lost the last 2 games. 2 straight home games, being with the Colts and the Texans, been in both games. Patrick Mahomes has been kind of quiet the past 2 weeks. But, I mean, obviously, he's still Patrick Mahomes. So, let's see. What else did I forget? Oh, so despite the Broncos always doing really good against the Chiefs at home, the Chiefs still have 7 consecutive wins versus the Broncos. So, Gage, who do you have in this game?
I have the Chiefs winning this game. Yeah, even though they've lost back-to-back home games and it was a shootout against Houston Texans, I feel like with Tyreek Hill coming back, that it'll be a close game. It's a division rival game, and it's at Mile High, like you said. It'll be a difficult place, but they will get this win. I do not see them losing 3 straight games in a row. So, yeah, I think Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes will make a comeback in this game. I got 27-20, close game, but I got them winning this game.
Yeah, so with the Broncos, obviously we've been talking about this every week. They're one of those teams where they're in every single game, but they just seem to not get the job done when it matters. So, I mean, they should have beat the Bears, should have beat the Jaguars. 2 games right there. They could be at 500 very well right now. But it's just a lot of key little things. And now they're coming off of 2 straight wins, which is, 2 games that I thought they were going to – I mean, I had them beating the Titans, which I wasn't very sure about it, but I didn't know they were going to beat the Chargers. So back-to-back wins for the Broncos. Looks like they're on the right track. I forgot to mention, Chris Harris Jr. is also a possible trade guy for the deadline. Chris Harris Jr. Because the Broncos are pretty much
right.
Yeah, they're pretty much right now in, I guess, rebuild mode. I mean, you kind of have to with the Broncos. So I could see it happening. I could very well see it happening. But yeah, on to this game. Yeah, I agree with you, Gage. I have the Chiefs winning. I think it's going to be a lower scoring. Not this is probably going to disappoint on Thursday night. I don't know, division game. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. To be honest, I have Chiefs winning
Right.
20. I have Chiefs winning 24-20. I think they'll cover the spread just barely because they're 3.5 point favorites. But I don't see the Chiefs dropping three straight. It's a very tough game on the road, division game. Like we said, it's hard to play, but I just don't see it happening. But yeah, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it is a good game. But I have Chiefs getting it done. 24-20. Tyreek Hill is finally back and ready to go, so we'll see what happens there. All right, Preston, who do you have?
Which game are we picking?
Chiefs at Broncos.
Yeah, for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't say it's a no-brainer because the Broncos definitely could upset since it is a divisional game and they have started to get things back on track. But I'm not going to bet against Mahomes this year, so I got the Chiefs winning 34-28.
Very nice. Cade, who do you have, man? First time going.
Ooh, Cade's not here right now. He just went downstairs. But he picked the Chiefs. He told me he picked the Chiefs in this game. He pretty much kind of agrees with what I said. I don't know what the score would be, but he has the Chiefs win. I don't think Broncos going to win.
Sounds good. Yeah, okay. Gage, real quick. I have a question for you. So,
Yeah.
do you think Tyreek Hill is a top 5 wide receiver?
No, I don't think so. Not yet. I don't think after coming back from an injury. I know he looked really good in that game, but I don't think he's top 5, no.
Because I was putting it together, and I think I have him right at 5.
No, I think it's right at 5. I think he's like somewhere in the top 10 area, but 5, that's a lot of receivers to put in.
Yeah.
Like, he's a small receiver. He's fast. Speed kills, but
Yeah.
I don't know about top 5.
We'll see if he makes his case this year. Preston, what do you think?
And I think there are a lot of good receivers in the league, and I don't know. I'd say he's
What? He said he what?
I don't know. He's something.
All right, we'll go with that. Cool. All right. All right, so the next game we have is a battle of in-conference teams. We have the San Francisco 49ers, 5-0, going on the road to play the 1-5 Washington Redskins. Washington squeezing out a close win. They almost choked against the Miami Dolphins in the Tank Bowl. The Tank Bowl. The AIDS game.
It was Tank Bowl.
Yeah, they put Ryan Fitzpatrick in, and he single-handedly almost brought them back. He gets this. We'll get to that game. We'll get to the Dolphins there. He is starting this week. I don't know who the starter is with Washington at this point. I mean, last week they went with Case Keenum. I don't know who they're going to go with this week. Maybe Case Keenum again. Maybe Colt McCoy. Maybe Haskins. I don't even know, bro. Does it really matter? 49ers are going to get this dub pretty easily. There's not really much more to say. 49ers, 27-10. I think they're going to shut them down. 49ers defense is legit. Now, I mean, you could make an argument that, 49ers, yeah, the Rams were their biggest test, but a lot of people are still making the argument that they still haven't played, that the Rams aren't that good and they still have to play a really good team, which is very well true, but 49ers defense is scary, man. Number 1 in passing yards per game, number 1 in rushing touchdowns, this is not giving up, by the way. Number 2 in yards per game, number 2 in passer rating, number 2 in first downs per game, number 2 in points per game, number 6 in rushing yards per game. So that's their offense and their defense right there, which is pretty insane. So they're a really, really balanced team. So I said it last week that they were going to beat the Rams. I did not think it was going to be that much of a – I didn't think they were going to shoot them down that much. But, yeah. So, Preston, in this game, who do you have? I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I got the 49ers winning big this game. They just started the game straight up. So I got the 49ers.
What'd you say the score was?
28-20.
Very nice.
Oh.
And I think they're a 9.5 point favorite. So, Gage, do you think they'll cover the spread?
I think they'll go over the spread, to be honest. I got the score being 34-10. I got it going 14 points. There's going to be a blowout. I agree with you, Eric. I believe that the defense I really do believe that they're an elite defense because they shut down Jared Goff to 74 passing yards? How many passing yards he had in that game? It was bad.
I think he had 79.
79. The defense, I will admit to, I'm not a big 49ers. You know that I'm not a Jimmy G fan, but this defense actually really proved it last week that they can hold their own against this Rams offense, especially how the Rams offense has been doing for the past few weeks, against Tampa, against Seattle and all them. But yeah, I got the 49ers blowing them out against the Redskins. Redskins aren't going to really do anything. They're still the second worst team in the league, and so there's really not much else to say. Yeah, it's 34-10 for the 49ers.
Yeah, the 49ers right now kind of remind me of the last year Chicago Bears. Really great defense. Offense was kind of sus, but they were still getting it done. And then I guess the Broncos, the year that they won the Super Bowl, really good defense, bad offense, or semi-offense, So this team kind of reminds me of that. Is Kate still gone?
Yeah. Yeah, he's still gone. I don't know when he's going to be back, but he'll probably choose the same game probably. There's no way no one's going to pick the Redskins in this game.
Yeah, I mean, if he does, I'd be damned, but but yeah.
Right.
Okay, so next game. We have the Arizona Cardinals going on the road to play the New York Giants. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one, actually. Battle of rookie QBs, Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones. Kyler Murray and Daniel Jones. Let's see. Kyler Murray actually showed up again last week, and they won. They beat the Falcons. I mean, credit, it was the Falcons. The Cardinals they're still trash, obviously. The Falcons are just that bad, man. I thought the Falcons would win that game in a close one, but, I mean, I'm pretty sure we all picked the Falcons to win that game. And, I mean, we were Kyler got his first win. It was against the Bengals. He won't beat the Falcons. Beat the Falcons. Guys, the Falcons are so bad. It's literally all Matt Ryan and Julio, and that's about it, their O-line is trash. Defense is trash. Dan Quinn is about to be out of there. Falcons are just a mess, man. And the Cardinals, I mean, David Johnson's, he's good. And their defense is eh. But, overall, the Cardinals are just below average team, and the Giants suck too. But the Giants possibly might get Saquon back this week, which is very, very interesting. So, Preston, who do you have in this game?
Yeah, I have the Giants winning this game. I know it's a tough game. This is definitely a winnable game for the Cardinals, but I think with Saquon back, it's going to help Daniel Jones out, and I think he's going to tear up this Cardinals secondary. He's played a couple tough defenses in a row, so I think this is going to be a breakout game for him. I've got them winning 31-24.
Gage, who do you have?
Preston, I was going to pick the Giants, but there's something telling me I should pick the Cardinals. I'm going to have to probably go with the Cardinals on this one. They're getting their top cornerback, Patrick Peterson, back. I know Saquon will be back, but I don't think they're going to use him in a heavy workload on his first game back with that ankle injury that he had. It'll be a close game. It's a toss-up game. I think either one could win this game. I know it's at New York, so Daniel Jones could win this game at home, but I seem like the Cardinals are going to win it by a field goal. I got 30-27 in the end. I think Kyler Murray's going to drive him down the field and win this game.
This is a very tough game for me because both of these teams are bad, so you never know what you're going to see from one each week. But like Preston says every week, when in doubt, pick the home team. So I'm going to pick the Giants. I have a feeling that if Saquon gets in this game, I don't know, he's going to eat. And I don't know, I feel like Daniel Jones is going to be able to have a good game against the Cardinals secondary. Daniel Jones has kind of played a pretty tough defense. They were in it in the New England game for as long as they could be. I don't know.
Right.
It's like with you, Gage. Something tells you that the Cardinals are going to win this game. Something tells me the Giants are going to win this game. So it could really... It could really go either way. I'm just going to flip a coin and say the Giants win in a game-winning field goal, 27-24.
You might have convinced me otherwise. I might choose the Giants, bro. I might change my pick. To be honest with you, I might just change my pick. I'm gonna pick the Giants. I'm gonna flip the script. I got 30-27. I'm gonna change my mind. I just don't know. I'm gonna pick the home team, like you said. When in doubt, choose the home team.
There's something telling me that when Saquon goes in there, he's gonna do something good. So
it will help out Daniel Jones out a lot. Daniel Jones is actually a pretty solid quarterback for a rookie for his rookie season.
wait, is this the first time we legit get Saquon and Daniel Jones together?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time they're going to be playing together.
Ooh, be interesting to see, man.
Their first game together was the game Saquon got hurt.
Yeah, that was it was on the first drive, right, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like.
And the Giants are the 3.5-point favorites. I say they match that perfectly. Game-winning field goal. But wait, you had it 30-27 too, Gage?
Yeah, I had 30-27.
There you go. Awesome. All right. Next game. Wait, who does I guess you can just get Cade's picks when he gets back.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know when he's coming back. He said he'd be back, but he's not coming back. So we'll just do it without him, I guess.
We'll just do it without him. It's all good. Next game. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one, man. I'm surprised this game should get flexed, in my opinion, because this is a really good game. Texans at Colts, man. Ooh, this is another tough one, man. These are the battle for first place in the AFC South. Colts coming off a bye, just beating the Chiefs, and the Texans also beating the Chiefs. In my opinion, the Colts win over the Chiefs was much more impressive. Just the way that they were shutting them down and only holding them to 10 points. But there's been some games where the Colts have kind of been and I think I've only seen one game from the Texans where I've kind of seen So I don't know. I feel like the Texans are the safe pick in this game, but I don't know. I'm interested to see what you have to say about this game, Gage. I mean, but you don't have to pick first. I'm just saying, what do you have to say about it?
I think this is going to be a really tough game to choose. It's also another toss-up. T.Y. Hilton is coming back in this game. It will help Jacoby Brissett a lot. And it's at Indianapolis, so it gives them a really good chance at winning this game. But the Houston Texans, I just love Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins hasn't been balling out, but Deshaun Watson has always been balling out. I don't know. Their defense is suspect. I think the Colts defense is a lot better. I forgot which linebacker's coming back. He came back from injury for the Colts.
Has Darius Leonard been out?
I think he's been out for a few games with an injury, but I think he's back. Or I think he was back last week, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, but remember, Justin Houston had a really good game against the Chiefs.
You're right. Justin Houston did really good against the Chiefs. So the Colts defense is better than the Texans, but am I picking first, or just my opinion on what I think of the two teams?
You don't have to pick. I'll pick first because it's my turn. But the Colts are 1.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
Shoot. You know what, Gage? You know me. I like picking teams off the bye, so I'm gonna pick the Colts to win this game.
Ooh.
I think it's gonna be a very, very close game. I think it's gonna be a really close and good game. Last year the Colts should have swept the Texans. I think they'll split one game for sure. But I don't know. I feel like Colts rested up, getting some guys healthy, being at home. Jacoby Brissett's going to do enough to win. I think DeAndre Hopkins versus T.Y. Hilton is going to be really cool. But I don't know. I like the Colts being able to mix in the run game this game. Kind of a sus run defense of the Houston Texans. So I like the Colts winning in a close one. I'm going to say that they win 28-24. So yeah, I got the Colts. Who do you got, Gage? Who you picking?
I thought about picking the Colts, but this one I'm going to take a limb on, and I'm going to pick against you. I'm going to go with the Houston Texans to win this game, being at home. So, yeah, I got very close, 23-20. I think it'll be by a field goal. I think it'll be really close. I know Colts has a better defense, but I just cannot go against Deshaun Watson in this offense. I think either Will Fuller or DeAndre Hopkins will get open in this game. It'll be close for the most part, but I think Deshaun Watson is just a better quarterback than Jacoby Brissett, and that's what I'm going to go with in this game. So that's why I got 23-20 Texans.
Gotta respect it. Who do you got, Preston?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. I really like teams coming off the bye week.
Ooh.
I definitely think the Colts have their defense is definitely slept on, especially with everyone healthy. I know they're a little banged up, but they still proved, even banged up, that they're really good against the Chiefs. And I think they're going to come in and they're going to make a statement. Who's at home this game?
The Colts.
Indianapolis.
The Colts are. So, yeah, I think it's a big game for them, and they're going to come in. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but the Colts are going to pull it out. Not low-scoring, but like medium. Go 21-17.
Very nice, very nice. Awesome. All right, next game. We have the Oakland Raiders going on the road to play the Green Bay Packers. My bad. Oakland coming off a bye week. They are coming off of 2 big wins, actually. And they got also to rest up. They beat the Colts, and then they also beat the Bears, which they almost choked that game. They almost choked that game, but they held on. They held on. Green Bay. Oh, man. That was a bad game against the Lions, man. I'm sorry. I have to state it because I know people are going to be asking about it. The Lions got hoed that game, man. There were so many bad calls in that game. I know, I get it. NFL, whatever, it's rigged. But come on, man. Like, you got to let them play. Like, and they were just attacking the dude, man. Like, you can't, dude, two like face mask or whatever, hands to the face, like that's BS, man. Like
it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad. And you know it's bad when even the commentary like was literally reviewing and saying, how did they not call that? So there's no doubt about it. I mean, even Packers fans know that they shouldn't have won that game. But you know what? They did. They won the game. They're 5-1. And I think the biggest thing for me is knowing that actually, fun fact, the Packers have won 7 consecutive straight games against the Raiders. And being at Lambeau, I don't think they're going to drop this game. I really don't. I know the Raiders are coming off a bye. I say I like teams off the bye, but not in this situation. Aaron Rodgers continues to show me that he's Aaron Rodgers. He can make the right plays at the right time. He's not the same as he was, MVP type caliber, but he's doing enough. They have a more balanced team. I don't like the Raiders on the road. I feel like one game you could get a really good game out of the Raiders, another game you can see like them shit in the bed. But I don't know. I like, Jamal Williams is back. So they mix in the run game, even though what's his face? Aaron Jones didn't have a great game this past week after having an amazing game against the Cowboys. Jamal Williams came in and did good. The biggest concern for me is Devontae Adams. He's been out for the past 2 weeks with turf toe. Don't know if he's playing this game. I think that really does kind of like take a spark out of their offense. But I don't know, man. Being at home, being in Lambeau, tough crowd. I know Raiders are off the bye. I think Packers take this. I don't see the Raiders winning this game, really. I just don't see it. I think the Packers are going to actually have a pretty big win over here. I'm going to say 31-21. They win by 10. They're only a 5.5 point favorite, but I don't know. I like the Packers in this game. A pretty big win. I think they will actually beat the spread. So, yeah. Who do you have, Preston?
Ooh.
Yeah, I have the Packers winning, obviously, in this game. Aaron Rodgers, not necessarily on a roll. They still have some things to fix, especially offensively, but this team is definitely doing enough to win games. They know how to win games, so I don't see the Raiders being an issue. The Raiders are coming off of a really good win 2 weeks ago, though, and they're coming off the bye week as well. So there is potential for an upset, but I'm not going to be dumb and pick the Raiders here. So I got the Packers winning in a close one, 28-24.
Yeah, these are one of my
Wow.
That game is like one of my upsets that I probably would pick like last week or 2 weeks ago. But I don't know. I feel like this is a good, like a safe one that I'm actually pretty confident about. But yeah, who do you got, Gage? It seems like you're leaning towards the Raiders.
No, I'm not leaning towards the Raiders at all. No, I agree with both of y'all. I got the Packers winning this game. I especially agree with Preston. I feel like they're going to fail to cover the spread. I think this will be a lot closer game than what people think. Because I just think Josh Jacobs will run all over this Packers defense because they're terrible on the run. They have a really solid pass defense, but I just feel like, Aaron Rodgers is going to, of course, win them this game. I got 23-19. What else I have to say? I forgot what else I was going to say. But, yeah, I think the Raiders will make it really close with Josh Jacobs. But in the end, I think Aaron Rodgers will pull him out of it. So
I forgot to say that
that's what I
Josh
got.
Jacobs is obviously the best rookie running back in the league this year, and
Definitely.
I'm definitely going to be starting him in fantasy this week. So yeah, I think he'll have a good game regardless of the outcome of the game. But yeah,
And the Raiders' run defense is actually pretty solid, to be honest. They've been better than expected, so they can stop Aaron Jones and have to force Aaron Rodgers to throw. So that's why I also think it'll be closer.
hey, man, as much as I hate the Raiders,
Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Oh no, you're good. As much as I hate the Raiders and as much as I hate John Gruden, they're not that bad. They're not bad. They're an average team. They're not playoffs, so let's not get it twisted. They're not playoff caliber.
No.
But they're one of those teams where really, like, here and now they'll beat a good team. You know what I mean? They're average team. I see them like 8-8, 7-9 type team. But yeah, that's just
I agree.
So yeah. All right, next game. We have another really good game. The Minnesota Vikings going on the road to play the Detroit Lions. Detroit coming off of that heartbreaking loss to the Packers, like I said. The Vikings, Kirk Cousins finally had the game of his life that he needed to have. Stephon Diggs had that breakout game. Gage, I'm sorry you benched him in fantasy. But,
Oh, God.
I mean, Stephon Diggs.
I cannot believe that.
I don't blame you. Stephon Diggs is very inconsistent. And I mean, you're guaranteed to be an inconsistent receiver when you have Kirk Cousins throwing the ball. Vikings are 0-2 versus divisional opponents this season. They've already lost to the Packers. They already lost to the Bears. And yeah, so Preston, I'll let you start this game off. I think. Hold on a second. Minnesota. Minnesota on the road is actually a 1.5 point favorite, surprisingly. So, Preston, who do you have?
I go for Minnesota too. Yeah, Minnesota will win. Oh, yeah, I'm talking. He's gonna do his pick. All right.
I'm gonna.
He's back.
Take
Yeah.
Wait, you're gonna take the who?
I think they're pissed off. The Lions. I think they're pissed off about last weekend, and being at home, they're gonna come in against this Vikings defense who finally had a really good game last week where Kirk Cousins went off, and basically proving the doubters. But I think this is a must-win game for the Lions if they want a shot at making the playoffs. Because, if they get behind in the season series against the Packers. So I got the Lions winning in a close game, 28-27.
All right.
Gage, who do you have?
It's a toss-up, but I have to go with the Vikings on this one. I feel like Detroit's defense can't really stop elusive backs as both runners and receivers. I don't know. I feel like if they get Dalvin Cook running, it'll make the offense a lot easier for Kirk Cousins. I know it's at Detroit, and the Lions, I'm not sleeping on the Lions. I think they're a really good team. They're a really good defense. But I don't know. I think the Vikings are really having their pieces come together. If Kirk Cousins can play at least half of what he did last week against the Eagles, I think they're going to come out with not an easy dub, but they'll come out with the win. So I got 24-20.
Cade, who do you have?
I have Minnesota Vikings. I think it's going to be to be honest, I think Minnesota's doing all right. Like, Kirk Cousins is doing really well. I don't think so. You don't think so? Hell no. He's still trying to get his offense going.
He needed that game.
I think it'd be like 20 to... What? What'd you say?
He needed that game against the Eagles.
Yeah, it's only an impressive game he's done for us so far. But you just think the Vikings have a good defense, and they have a good defense. So I think it'd be like 20 to 17. I think. All right, cool. So yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it, Gage. I'm sorry. I was leaning towards the Vikings, but I agree with kind of what Preston says. I think the Lions are going to be pissed off about this one, and they know they have to. This is a must-win game for them to stay in the division fight, which is probably the best division in football. So yeah, I really don't see the Lions dropping a home one. And the biggest concern with me with the Vikings is Kirk Cousins. I know he had that breakout game, but looking at the circumstances, Eagles defense, secondary, worst in the league in my opinion. Like, banged up, just terrible. Stephon Diggs finally had that breakout game. It always happens. Adam Thielen didn't really get involved that much. And then obviously you have Dalvin Cook. But I don't know. I feel like the Lions are going to force Kirk Cousins to throw. And when you do that, I think you're going to have success. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the Vikings in this game. I know I haven't picked against the Vikings. I've been picking against the Vikings the past few weeks. I think the last time I picked them to win a game was against the Raiders. But when they won that home game against the Raiders a couple weeks ago. But I don't know. If the Vikings win this game pretty big, then I'll probably get back on them. But I don't know. I feel like this is a must-win game for Detroit, like Preston said, and they're gonna be pissed off. So I like the Lions winning this game. I think it's gonna be a lower scoring game. But I think in the end the Detroit Lions will pull away and win 26-20. So yeah, I got the Lions. All right. Next game. We have oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. Jacksonville Jaguars at Cincinnati Bengals. Jaguars are 1-4 in the last 5 games versus the Bengals. But it's a different Jaguars team and it's a different Bengals team. So this one's a pretty easy one for me. I got the Jaguars winning in a boring game, like 20. I'm talking 20-13 type game, really boring. Jacksonville's one of those teams that don't really score. They don't really score that many points, but their defense is good. I know they just lost Jalen Ramsey, but I mean, it's not like he was really doing anything anyways. He wasn't even playing. So Bengals are a mess, man. 0-6. Dude, fighting for that number 1 pick with the Dolphins. One of the worst teams in the league. Gardner Minshew is gonna. I picked him against the Saints. I know that was a trap game that they were so close, man, so close. But the Saints did enough.
They were close.
This Saints did enough. They're going on the road. Dude, Andy Dalton's gonna have a rough game. I have Andy Dalton throwing like 3 picks in this game, and Joe Mixon will get shut down. So I got Jaguars 20-13. Who do you have? Who do you have, Cade?
Jaguars, dude. I agree with the same thing, 2013. I think Jaguars are they haven't killed it, but yeah, they're going to be definitely better than the Bengals.
I feel like
pretty simple, pretty sweet. No, because hey, I'm just starting getting into football, so I don't know a lot. So I'm just like, yeah, but the Jaguars have been killing it. I mean, they're obviously better than the Bengals. The Bengals have been doing crap.
It's honestly kind of crazy to think the Jaguars are 2-4 because they seem like a much better team right now than that. 2-4, which is weird.
Right.
Yeah, but who do you have, Gage?
Yeah, I have to agree with both of y'all, man. I got the Jaguars winning this. I just cannot. I know it's at Cincinnati, and I know you're supposed to go for the home team, but yeah, the Bengals haven't done anything. They're fighting for that first pick, like you said. Hugh Jackson does not know how to freaking use Joe Mixon. Like, what happened? Like, what happened to that? He's such a great talent, and they don't know how to use Joe Mixon anymore. I trust Minshew more than Andy Dalton, and so that's what it pretty much comes down to, and so that's why I got the Jaguars winning 24-16. Even without 2013. I agree with both of y'all's scores. I got 2013, and I think they're going to do – their defense is going to be solid even without Jalen Ramsey, so that's what I got.
Oh, yeah, and Jacksonville is a 3.5-point favorite. Also, A.J. Green, he might be on his way out too as well. I mean, I feel like he's been on his way out for the longest time, but, I mean, that's also another guy you could think of being traded before the deadline. Preston, who do you have?
Jaguars 20-13.
20-13?
Yep.
Man, everyone likes that 20-13 score.
It's a good score.
All right. Let's see. Next game, we have the Miami Dolphins at Buffalo Bills. Buffalo coming off of a bye, 4-1, doing really good. Josh Allen finally, hopefully, is out of concussion protocol because he got banged up in that Patriots game.
Right.
But I mean, Buffalo getting rested up after beating the Titans in a freaking snooze fest, 14-7. Dolphins, Fitzmagic gets the start. Yeah. Gage, who do you have in this game, bro?
Oh man, this ain't even hard to pick. I got the Bills winning this game, man. I got them failing to cover the spread. What like a 17-point favorite?
Oh no, it's not that big. It's Oh wow, it is.
That's what I would think
It
against
is
the Middle.
17. Oh.
So I got even higher. I got 23-7, like 18 points. Yeah, this defense is really good. The Buffalo Bills defense is really elite. Yeah, even if when Josh Allen's going to come back, it's going to make it even worse. Yeah, Miami Dolphins ain't going to do anything. I expect Fitzpatrick, Josh Rosen, whoever they're going to throw in there, they're going to get about like 2 or 3 interceptions, maybe one for a pick six. Yeah, that's how I have the game going. I got 23-7 Bills.
Preston, who do you have?
Yeah, I got the Bills winning as well. Their defense is just too good, and the Dolphins are just too bad. So yeah, I got the I got the Bills winning 21-3.
Cade, who do you have, bro?
Kay left to go help someone, but he said to choose the Bills. He told me to choose the Bills on the next one, so.
Okay, very, very nice. Yeah, so I have the Bills winning 21-7. I think they'll win by 14. I think the Dolphins will cover the spread. I mean, it's not really an accomplishment covering the spread. I think it's going to be a boring game regardless. Right. I think Devin Singletary is coming back, so that'll be able to mix in the run game with Frank Gore, which the Bills actually have a really underrated run game, as well as their defense is amazing. They're projected 15 points against the Dolphins in fantasy this week, which is absolutely crazy.
Really?
Now, I don't know. I feel like since Fitzmagic's in there, he'll throw like some crazy touchdown. He'll be like, oh, 7-0 Miami, and then they'll realize what they're playing for. And then, yeah, they'll start sucking like usual. So, yeah, Bills win 21-7. All right. Yeah, not much more to say for that game. AFC East, snooze fest right there, too. All right, next game. We have the LA Rams going on the road to play the Atlanta Falcons. So the Falcons have 4 consecutive wins versus the Rams, believe it or not. But you got to be absolutely insane to think I'm going to pick the Falcons in this game. Like, there's absolutely no way. If the Falcons win this game, if the Rams drop this game to the Falcons, oh, baby. Jared Goff, you're in the hot seat for me, my friend. And, yeah, I mean, this is a must-win game for the Rams. A must-win game for the Rams. Especially in that division with the 49ers already beating them, the Seahawks already beating them. This is a must-win game for the Rams. Desperation mode. Sean McVay has dropped 3 straight, which I never saw that coming. And the Falcons are just a mess, man. I mean, I know Matt Ryan puts up points, but his team sucks. And, yeah, this is actually kind of a hard one for me. I mean, because I feel like Julio Jones...
It's a trap game coming.
Yeah, because I feel like Julio Jones can have a big... Is Jalen Ramsey even playing, or is he going to wait?
Well, I'm not even sure he's playing this week.
Yeah. So, with the Rams, let's talk about the Jalen Ramsey trade. So, I think it was a good trade. It's obviously a great trade when you get someone that young. It was a great trade for both teams, you know? Like, the Jaguars got 2 first-round picks and a 4th-round pick for their future. So, I think in the future, the Jags are going to be pretty good. The Rams gave up... They traded Marcus Peters, and they got Kenny Young. Or they traded Marcus Peters to the Ravens, got Kenny Young. They felt like their linebacker position was kind of, I guess, decimated. So they didn't really have depth. But now if you think about it, their secondary was decimated when they traded Marcus Peters. But then they get Jalen Ramsey, so that helps them out. Aqib Talib is on injured reserve, most likely out for the season. See, the thing with the Rams, I think this Jalen Ramsey brings a lot of swagger to their team and helps their defense a lot. But it's not going to change the fact of how bad their offense has been this year and how much they're downgrading. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like the trade is just kind of like a B, like if anything. Unless Jalen Ramsey, completely, makes the offense wake up. But I don't know. I don't see it. So, I mean, but I think they'll do good. Regardless if Jalen Ramsey plays in this game or not, I have the Rams winning. And think this will be a pretty high-scoring game, actually. I'll say Rams win 31-28. So, yeah. Who do you have, Preston?
Yeah, you have to be pretty dumb to pick the Falcons game, although it could be a potential trap game, especially with the Rams. They haven't been well as of recent, but I think they're the better team overall. I think Matt Ryan has been putting up yards, but he's also been turning the ball over a lot. And so I think the Rams will probably get a defensive touchdown this game. So, yeah, I got the Rams this game 28-20.
And the Rams are a 3.5-point favorite. So you'd have them beating the spread. Gage, who do you have?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I got the Rams. I got the score being 27-20. The Jalen Ramsey trade, I thought that was more of it was kind of a desperate, it shows how desperate they are, that they needed a cornerback at that position because of their defense being inconsistent. I feel like the Jaguars won more out of that trade than the Rams, but the Rams do pick winners, though. I'm not saying Jalen Ramsey isn't a great talent, but I don't know. I don't think it'll help him out. It won't help the offense out, but I do think they will win this game. This is a trap game. This will be a close game, but Sean McVay really needs to get this dub for this team. So, yeah, I got 34-27. Not 34-27, 27-20. I'll say 27-20. Not that high scoring.
27-20. I don't know. I feel like you'll be I don't know. Both these defenses have been this year, so I don't know. I could feel it going in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams blow them out either. So it all depends. I mean, is Todd Gurley even playing this game? Is he back? I'm pretty sure he's
back. Yeah, he's questionable.
I mean, we'll see.
I feel like a game time decision. I think
he needs to play this game. I mean, that really does hurt him. But I mean, it's the Falcons. But who knows? All right, next game. Oh gosh, we have the LA Chargers going on the road to play the Tennessee Titans.
This is gonna be so bad.
Chargers have won 11 of the last 12 games versus the Titans, including the playoffs. This is going to be the battle of the two most disappointing teams this year, if you ask me. Both 2-4. Titans are literally the biggest tease I've ever seen in my life. They've had 2 good wins and 4 bad losses. So, Preston, is this the AIDS game of the week?
I don't know. I don't want to say game of the week because it's my Chargers. And man, oh man, they have been making me very, very sad. Going down 21-0 against the Steelers in the first half. Just absolute ridiculous. Absolutely blasphemous. Stephen A. Smith. And I'm very disappointed with the way this team has been going. Granted, there have been a lot of injuries, and it's been a very tough start to the season. But this is an inexcusable game. The last 2 weeks are inexcusable. I would hope the back Titans team, which is going through some quarterback issues with Mariota getting benched last game. I mean, we'll see what happens, but in this game, in the bounce-back game, and actually, I say 28-10.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and Ryan Tannehill gets the start, and the Titans are a 2.5-point favorite, by the way. Who do you have, Gage?
Yeah, I have to go with the Chargers on this one. I'm still going to hope for the Chargers to win this. They're a very talented team. I trust them more than the Tennessee Titans, especially since Ryan Tannehill's playing. I just feel like Phillip Rivers and Keenan Allen will finally have a great game together. I think Melvin Gordon will be more involved in this offense than he was last week. They kind of went away from the run game last week since they were down so much in the beginning. So I feel like this will be a good opportunity for them to get the run game going. I got very close, though. I think they're going to win by a field goal. I got 23-20 for the Chargers.
I can't pick the Chargers, man. They've been letting me down week in and week out. I'm gonna go with the Titans. I'm gonna flip it. It's a coin flip.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a coin flip. But I'm gonna take the Titans. I'm gonna say they win and 20-16.
Ooh, okay.
Boring game. Don't see much happening. 2016. Ryan Tannehill will have a good game. So that's all I think. All right. Next game.
Oh, you're back again? I keep going back and forth. I know. It didn't work. He's back again. I am.
Next game.
Where are we on this one?
This could also be another very good game. We have the Baltimore Ravens going on the road to play the Seattle Seahawks. Earl Thomas returns to Seattle for the first time playing his old team. So, that will be interesting there. Seattle's a 3.5-point favorite. Gage, who do you have in this game?
Yeah, it's at Seattle, and that's what I'm going to go for the home team. I got Seattle winning this game. I got 27-20, beating them by a touchdown. I think the Ravens will do a lot better in this game, but there's just something that's telling me, of course, that Russell Wilson, he's having like an MVP season. I feel like he's just going to beat Baltimore. This Baltimore Ravens defense has not been great, and I feel like Russell Wilson will figure out a way to beat this team. So, yeah, if it was at Baltimore, I might would have picked the Ravens, but since it's at Seattle, the 12th man is going to be in there. So, yeah, I got Seattle winning this 27-20.
I disagree. I mean, in Baltimore or in Seattle, I have Seattle winning this game 9 out of 10 times. I don't know. I just feel like Seattle's the more complete team. Ravens, they've had a couple big games this year, but, I mean, they really haven't shown me much. They're okay. They're getting Marcus Peters, but, I mean, at the end of the day, I think he's trash. He's burnt toast. So, I mean, Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Marlon Humphrey's way better than him anyways. I mean, it helps him, but, I mean, it's whatever. Russell Wilson, I think this will be the game where he throws his first pick because he's perfect right now. 17 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 100-plus QB rating. That's insane, man. He's clearly the front runner for MVP right now with Christian McCaffrey. It's a good argument. But, yeah, he's just been playing out of his mind. I love the way Russell Wilson is playing right now. And I know they kind of had a close game with Cleveland, but it feels like every time somebody goes and plays in Cleveland, it's always a close game. So, I don't know. Yeah, I got Seattle winning this game. I have the same score as you, Gage, 27-20. I think Earl Thomas will lose in his homecoming game to Seattle. And, yeah, I have Lamar Jackson struggling. I think he'll fumble. So, yeah. 27-20, Seahawks. Who do you have, Cade?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. The Seahawks are probably going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. That's why I feel that's going to win. What's the score? 27-20. Oh, we got 27-20 also. Because I think Seahawks are going to be dominating pretty much the whole game. Really? Just running the clock, you think? Right? Dominating time? Dominating time, yeah.
All right, sounds good. Who do you have, Preston?
Yeah, I got the Seahawks as well. Russell Wilson's playing out of his mind, and the Seahawks need to keep winning in order to hopefully eventually pass the 49ers to take the top spot in the division. So Seahawks are going to win 24 to
24 to what?
20.
Nice. Next game, we have a battle of two really good defenses. 2 weeks in a row for the Saints. We have the New Orleans Saints going on to play the Chicago Bears. Chicago coming off a bye. Saints are 4-0 without Drew Brees, if you're not counting the game where Teddy came in. Just completely without Drew Brees, they're 4-0. Teddy Bridgewater's won 7 out of his last 8 road starts. He's going on the road again to play the Bears. Last week, I picked the Jacksonville Jaguars in a trap game, and it was really close, 13-6. Mm-hmm. I knew it was going to be low and boring and low-scoring defensive game, and this is probably going to be the same outcome. So, Gage, tell me why I'm going to regret doing it. I'm going to regret doing it. I know I am, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Losing the Bears.
Wait,
Pick the Bears.
wait,
Pick the
wait,
Bears.
wait, hold on a second. Is Mitch Trubisky back?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't think I even care though. Like they're both about the same, him and Chase Daniels. So I wouldn't even take either one of them. So
Oh, bro, I don't know who to pick this game.
it's a trap game though. I will give you that. It's in Chicago and it is a pretty damn good defense. So we'll be all over Teddy Bridgewater.
I don't like picking against the Saints. But they can't be perfect. They cannot be perfect. They can't be perfect.
But against the Bears,
Yeah, Gage, this is the week, man. This is the week. This is the week.
oh, Eric, don't. I'm just trying to save you, bro. Pick the safe pick. Go with the Saints. Get this dub and get out of here.
I can't do it, man. Chicago has a better defense than Jacksonville.
No.
And I gotta do it, man. Something 17-14. Bears win. Oh,
Wow.
I'm sorry, man.
I just cannot believe that.
Preston, I'm guessing you have the Saints.
Not. I got the Bears as well. This is definitely a trap game.
Oh,
A trap game. I think the Saints don't match up well against the Bears. I think that, well, okay, so I think it'll be very low scoring and that the Teddy will make a mistake, maybe throw a pick six. I think the Bears will score on defense, and I think it's going to be just enough to get the dub over the Saints. They're going to make it happen. I just got a feeling so. I got 17-14 Bears.
oh man. Come on, man. Come on, Bears. I know you want to. All right. Gage, so I'm guessing you have the Saints.
Psych! I actually have the Bears as well. And upset. I got 13-10. The Bears winning in Chicago.
Yes,
they can't be perfect, like you said.
You can't
There's
be
no way they're gonna have 4 straight wins with Teddy Bridgewater. No way. I have the Saints winning. They're gonna be all over Teddy Bridgewater, and it's gonna be a boring, low-scoring game. I got 13-10 Bears.
My man! That's my boy. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Kate, come on, man. Bring him home. Bring him home,
Fuck
Kate.
y'all. I'm all over the Saints. The fuck you guys thinking?
Are you gonna
It's gonna be
say?
a 14-12 game.
Oh, really? Got low scoring?
That's got low scoring, but the Saints are probably gonna pull it off. Bears, I don't see much of the Bears deal. I'm sorry.
I get you, but I just feel like they can't be on a roll like this. I know Teddy Bridgewater's been their caretaker, but I don't know. I feel like the Bears at Chicago with this defense are going to be all over Teddy Bridgewater.
I think Saints are gonna probably pull it off.
So what's the score you said again?
14-12.
All right, that's cool.
We all have it low scoring. Hey, so were you trying to trick me or did we
Low
convince
scoring.
you?
Huh?
Were you trying to trick me?
No, I was going for the Bears the whole time.
Oh, okay.
I was going for the Bears the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey.
Jacksonville couldn't get it done, but I think the Bears will, man. I'm picking them. All right.
They came close. That's why I picked the Bears. They're just a better defense.
Oh, it's Sunday night, too.
Stay tuned.
Cold weather Sunday night football. Chicago, Teddy Bridgewater could have a bad game.
Right? That's why I feel like it's going to happen. You're right.
Oh yeah, Preston, with the score of this game, if it does end up being that type of game, could this possibly be the AIDS game of the week? I mean, because I know they're two good, solid teams, but like,
It's two teams competing for the playoff.
so is the AIDS game of the week the Chargers and the Titans then?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
you hate to say it. Yeah. All right, next game we have. Oh my gosh, dude, are you kidding me? The Patriots are playing the Jets. The Patriots are playing the Jets on Monday Night Football. What a great game! What another great Monday Night Football game that I am not going to watch.
Right?
I mean, is there really anything to say about this game? New England's a 9.5-point favorite. New York just beat the freaking Cowboys. I know Sam Darnold had a good game, but this is a Patriots defense that is number 1 in the league. Total yards per game allowed, 234. That's first in the league. Points per game allowed, only 8. They're only giving up 8 points per game, but they're playing trash teams. I get it. Sacks, 25 sacks, second in the league. but they're first in takeaways, 16, which is absolutely insane. They've taken the field 79 times and have only allowed 5 scoring drives. So I know the Jets just came off of like the game of their life against the Cowboys, but there's no way they're going to win this game against the Patriots. I'm sorry. I know Tom Brady hasn't been. I know Tom Brady hasn't been the best. He actually hasn't even been playing that good at all. But the Jets, at the end of the day, don't get it twisted. The Jets suck. Sam Darnold helps them out, but they're still bad. Patriots win a boring Sunday night football game that I do not care to watch. We'll go 24-13. So
okay.
Who do you have, Gage?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I got the Patriots winning this game. I got low scoring. Like, not low scoring, but I don't think Tom Brady's going to, like, wow us with his offense. I got 20-14 for the Patriots. Even though it's at New York, it'll be a lot harder. This defense has been really good, but I just don't feel like Sam Darnold in this offense is going to pull this off with this defense. You know, the Patriots, I think they're like the best defense in the league right now, right? Or is that just in fantasy they're the best defense?
No, they're the best defense in the league.
But either way, I just feel like the defense will win them this game, of course. It's a Monday night game. I feel like the Patriots will get this done. So, yeah, I got 20-14.
Why do the Patriots have such an easy schedule? I don't get it. Like,
I don't get either. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to play a team and just get their ass kicked. I want to see it happen so bad. But I don't know.
I know, man. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling for the GOAT.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, Preston, who do you have?
Patriots 38-10.
That'd be a typical. Oh, this is the second time they're playing, by the way, which is kind of fast. I didn't realize they'd play that fast again.
Really?
Yeah, but they are a 9.5. They are a 9.5 point favorite. Cade, I'm guessing you have the Patriots.
Yeah, I got 24-18.
Ooh, we think it'll be a little bit high.
Yeah, I feel like the Jets have been doing well, but they're still a crappy team. It's just the Patriots have been like Tom Brady has been wowing us, so I feel like it's gonna be kind of their defense gonna hold out.
Rival. Yeah.
Division
All right, cool.
That's true. All right, and then I think that's it, man. Did I skip any other games? Nope, I did not. So that brings us. That brings us to
our game.
That brings us to our game, which is wait, what time do we play? Oh, we play at.
We're the Sunday night game.
Yeah, 8:20.
No, 7:20 or something. I don't know, like Eastern.
Wait. Okay, I mixed that up. I thought the Saints and Bears were Sunday night. I messed that up. So they're at 3:25. Cowboys and Eagles are Sunday night football. So Gage, since you like to start all the Cowboys games, why don't you go ahead and start this game?
Oh man, everyone's telling me to pick the Eagles. The Cowboys are done. It's over. You know, their defense is terrible. Offense has not been clicking. But you know what? Screw them haters. We them boys. Cowboys win this game 24-20. I don't care. I don't care. Carson Wentz has never played well against us when he's healthy. I think he's like only won one game against us. That was his MVP season. It's at Dallas. This should be a game. It's going to be close. I know it's a division rival game. Our defense will pick off Carson Wentz at least once in that game. And I feel like Dak Prescott will get us in range for a touchdown to either freaking Michael Gallup or Jason Wynn, like a short touchdown. I think we're going to be wasting the clock, time management with Ezekiel Elliott. I feel like we'll get it going. And even if they stuff us, the secondary, like Kirk Cousins blew up that secondary. Dak Prescott's going to at least throw for like 400 plus passing yards in this game. So at least we're going to be going down the field, kicking field goals, we're getting some points on the board. So I got to go with my boys, man. I got Cowboys winning at 24-20 and leading the division. So.
Nice. Cade, who do you have?
Good.
Oh, me? Yeah, I gotta go for the Cowboys, man. I think it's gonna be 20-22.
Oh, 22-20?
Yeah. Like the Cowboys haven't been doing so well. I don't know if they're The offensive line's not been doing.
They're terrible.
They've been doing terrible. Their defense, I don't know what the hell was that in the New York Jets game. What the hell? But if they pick up this game, then yeah, they'll have a shot. I don't know.
No, stay.
Oh, stay. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be a close game.
But you still play the Cowboys one more week?
One more week. If they do trash against the Eagles, then we're not gonna have a good.
Oh, we should just tank after that.
We should just tank after that.
So what's the score again?
22-20.
Preston.
Eagles beat the Pack. The Packers beat the Cowboys. Therefore, the Eagles are better than the Cowboys, and they will beat the Cowboys. 34-30.
34-30.
Yes.
Come on, Eric. You have to. One more week.
Yeah, come on. If we do bad this game, then yeah.
After this, I'd give up.
I'd give up.
All right, hear me out here. I'm gonna try to stay as calm as possible when I say this because you guys know me. I always rant after the Cowboys let me down every single year. So I'm gonna keep this very short and sweet in regards to the Jets game last week. Jason Garrett, get the fuck off my team!
Dude.
Jason Garrett's been bad.
Fucking it up.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Are we firing his ass this season?
That's all I'm saying. Please, just please save me the constant pain I have every single year. Get off my team. I'm asking nicely. This is the last time I'm going to ask nicely. Leave. Go away.
Yeah,
Your
that's not
horrible play calls, your no motivation, your lack of going for everything, your confidence, your clapping. Get all of it out of here. I hate it. Jerry Jones could get shot tomorrow morning and the world would be free because Jason Garrett would be fired right after that. So, if the game versus the Jets doesn't let you know that Jason Garrett's time is done, I don't know what will. Maybe getting blown up by Philly will let you know. Like, wake up! He's so bad, bro. Like, he's got to go, man.
Yeah, it's Coach Gilbert. Yeah.
I get it. We have a lot of injuries.
All
Right
right,
now.
will it be Dak Prescott's fault
No,
Beasley's been doing good.
it's not Dak Prescott's fault.
Cooper.
Because
Mark Cooper's injured.
Because it's not Dak Prescott's fault because Dak literally did everything he was supposed to do last game, and the receivers were dropping the ball. He had no offensive line. Dak Prescott got hit probably the most times I've ever seen him get hit in that Jets game, which was so unnecessary. Ezekiel Elliott hasn't been having a good year because literally everybody stacks the box. So, I mean, you can't expect him to break out a lot of runs. This offense is starting to show me a lot of that Scott Linehan stuff that we saw last year, just the same predictable bullshit that you saw last year. Jason Garrett, you can tell he's taking over the play calling again because Kellen Moore, when he was running the plays, it looked good. So as far as I'm concerned, Kellen Moore is 3-0, and Jason Garrett and the Cowboys are 3-3. So yeah, you got to fix it. I mean, as much as I think the Cowboys are going to bounce, like I think they'll be okay in the end. Even though losing to the Jets, like obviously they're probably right now in panic mode. And if they lose this game, you might as well just call it because, I mean, what's the point? I know they have a lot of injuries, and I know the Jets got Sam Darnold back, so you can't really justify their offense being that terrible. But at the end of the day, it's the Jets. The Cowboys should have easily won that game, and they did the same thing I said every week. You can't win football games by starting off slow. You just can't do it, and they've done it 4 weeks in a row now. Eagles game. I expect it to be slow start from both teams. Both these teams, in my opinion, are like right now not doing well. So, but I told Preston this last week or a couple days ago. I'm not picking the Cowboys unless they show me something that they can win a game and play consistent football over a 60-minute stretch. So I got the Eagles 27-24. They'll win in overtime. We'll lose a heartbreaker.
That's pretty,
that makes sense.
And Jason Garrett will get fired. Finally. Not really.
Hopefully. But wouldn't you say that's a good thing, Eric, though?
Good thing that what?
That you said both are going to be very slow in the beginning, but if it gets to the second half, we always play good in the second half. It's only the first half where we just shit the bed.
If we just get
49 to 7, Kate. 49 points to our 7 points in the first half against these 3 teams we faced.
No.
Or I think that was the last 2 or 3 games. But we've been terrible the first half. But we just pick up that part of our game.
Just a little
I
bit.
think we'll be like fine because we came back and almost tied with the Jets, except we
fucked it up.
we messed up the 2-point conversion. So I'm not gonna give up just yet. I see where you're coming from. Jason Garrett needs to get fired. I totally agree. But I got one more week, just one more week before I start waking up and realizing that the Cowboys ain't the shit no more. So
Yeah, right.
Well, here's the deal.
That's what I think.
Both of our teams are decimated with injuries right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a lower scoring game at first. But I don't know. Both these teams, I mean, surprisingly, the Eagles aren't that good either, so I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas pulls it out. I just don't know what's going on. I mean, the fact that our defense has literally been non-existent this year and last year was like top 5 in the league, that just shows you that it's bad coaching and lack of motivation right there. So you gotta get Jason Garrett to go. He's holding this team back. Like, you cannot tell me that this team is not talented because I know that they are. I know that the Cowboys are talented. They have the roster to make a deep run in the playoffs, but they're not going to do anything as long as Jason Garrett is our freaking coach. And week in and week out, we're going to see how disappointing it is to be a Cowboys fan every single year. So,
right.
I mean, as long as he's on our staff, guys, I thought we could do it. I really did. I thought we could do it with him, but we can't. We can't do it, and I'm starting to see it now.
Yeah.
Eagles 27-24 overtime, game-winning field goal.
Wow.
Y'all got anything else to say?
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
That's all I hope for, man. That's all I hope for.
They better pull off this week, man.
Yeah.
Please prove me
So-
wrong.
Half of my picks are probably wrong.
What'd you say?
Half of my picks are probably wrong.
Hey, man.
I feel the same way. I feel like most of them were toss-up. They could go the other way.
Right?
I'm not really confident about the AIDS game of the week. I picked the Titans. We'll see about that game. Bears.
You're right.
The Bears game, man. I mean,
I just was one upset game.
so you did change your pick on the Cardinals and Giants game, right?
Yeah, I felt like the Giants were gonna do it with Saquon back. I think that's enough. I like Daniel Jones a lot, and I feel like it's at New York. I'm gonna be safe and pick the home team on that one.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we finished with pretty good time this week. Trade deadlines are coming, so we'll get some updates on that next week. We're all pretty close, like I said, within 5 games. So it's gonna be a pretty good week. Man, it just sucks. It just sucks right now being a Cowboys fan and a Chargers fan for Preston's sake too. I bet it's so. I mean, we're all kind of sad fans right now, but hey, it is what it is. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.